see. Yo, Brian, can you let me know if you get the notification? If it goes, I'm not sure if it went live. I'm doing like a vertical.
Nothing yet.
Is there Okay, I see it now. You see it? Because I see it on the main. I see it here. Like on the channel. If you go under live. Like it looks like this, right?
I don't see it. Isn't it wrong?
What the heck? Is it unlisted? Maybe it's unlisted. How do I edit in here though? It must be unlisted. Yeah, that's messed. Yeah, unlisted. But I have to set it public from this phone though? That seems weird. Okay, now it says live. Yeah, but from here, how do you set it? Because I couldn't find any setting to make it live from here. Because I go to this, it just has share.
Nothing?
Yeah.
So you have to use a second?
I don't know, I'll figure it out. I'm sure it's fine. As long as I can see the chat. Where's a good place to sit?
There.
Well, I need light in front, right? Oh, yo, professional. Dang, bro. I sit here? It feels funny holding the phone. Yeah, sure. It's like TikTok, bro. Is it? If it's in your car, it's okay. You sure? Let's see. How do we get the chat to work? I think this is working. Okay, taking me a second. I should probably... Yo, Killer Potato, what's up, bro? Can you hear me? Yeah. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm trying to... I'm not at home right now, so I'm streaming from my phone. I'm trying to send the link to the boys. Yeah, you can hear me? Okay, cool. Everything's good? Okay, just gonna paste this. So what's up, dude? How you been? It's been, what, like 4 weeks since I last streamed? So hopefully we can get a couple people to show up, give a little update with what's been going on. Wait, where should I look? I should look there. Yeah, so I've been MIA for 4 weeks. Let me see. When's the last time I had an AMA stream? Yeah, 4 weeks ago. A month ago, yeah, so it's been a while. So hopefully we can get some people in. I can answer a couple questions with what's been going on, what I've been doing, and why I quit my job finally after 12 years. But we'll wait a little bit for now. I'm at my buddy's office right now, if you guys can see this. So my boy's office, got all his stuff. That's the light that I'm sitting in front of. Oh, yo, we got the stand? Oh, we got the selfie stick? So how to stream, bro? Feels like it was just recent. Time flies. Oh, damn. Yeah, it's been a month. Ugh, so I'm gonna sit like this. And this looks like going like that. You know, it's like a TikTok stream right now, bro. How do you turn it?
You adjust this.
Turn it a little bit. Technical difficulties for me. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, oh, thanks, bro. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's see. So it feels like it was just recent, yeah. Because on my channel it says, let's get the exact date. So I don't know how long I've been ghosting you guys. Shit. She doesn't. Can I log into my other account? 30. Okay, so 31 days ago. 31. So it's been exactly a month. Yeah. So let's just get into it for now, and then I'm sure people will come. We can answer some questions, do the whole AMA part. So what happened was in 2012, for most of you that do know this, I started working the day job over at FedEx October 1st, 2012, I believe, and I was there for literally almost 12 full years. And for the longest time, I always thought that doing YouTube or doing any of this videography stuff would be my path to get out of the day job and finally quit. And so that's what I always thought of or dreamed of. And it never really came to fruition, which I explained in one of my previous videos, as channel never was really that successful. The stream never really blew up. The podcast was kind of whatever. The channel didn't make a lot of money to allow me a full-time income. And so I eventually came to the decision that I was okay with that. But the skills that I acquired by doing all this YouTube stuff, like this, speaking to a camera, learning how to edit, learning how to live stream, just being comfortable with just putting myself out there, I guess it allowed me opportunities with these other companies. And eventually I joined a startup company. And so the startup company is called Slab Sharks. And they basically are a consignment company which sells cards. So like sports cards, basketball cards, TCGs, any type of sports memorabilia, like hockey sticks, football jerseys, stuff like that. And so they had a gap, I guess you could say, in their business when it came to social media production. So they needed like a videography guy, they needed a photo guy, and they basically needed someone to edit videos and fill that void in their little business plan or whatever you want to call it. And so that was me. And we kind of talked for a while in regards to the type of role that they needed me to do. And we negotiated the type of, I guess you could say, hours or work or the expectations of me, and I really loved everything that the company had to offer. Now the thing was, I never worked for a startup company before, so I don't know if any of you guys have, but it is completely different compared to a Fortune 500 company like FedEx. And so the whole culture, the whole work environment, everything was completely different. Now the one thing that was required is a lot of investment of my time. And so this is where I've been the past 4 weeks, where at FedEx, I'd be working my 5-hour shift, and then at 8 o'clock I'd be done, and the work ended at 8. And it was just a means to an end. I was fulfilling someone else's dream. I was just another employee, a cog in the wheel. That's all it really was, right? And I knew that. But what I've told people, or told you guys on the stream for however many years I've been doing this, is that if you don't like your job, if you don't like your current situation, the best thing you can do is to do something about it and make a change, embrace that uncomfortable feeling, embrace that difficulty. And so what I did was I took my own advice. And that was kind of hard to do because, uncertainty is a difficult thing to accept, right? Especially when you have people that rely on you. Maybe you have bills, rent, mortgage, car payment, like life is expensive, right? So that is what really held me back for a little bit. But I was like, you know what? Let's just go for it. And so I took that leap of faith on the 2nd of July. So right after Canada Day, which was a provincial holiday for us. And I left the day job at FedEx. I gave them my proper 2 weeks notice. I wasn't a dick. I didn't quit on the spot or something. I went through the proper channels as like a professional should or would. So I did that, and the final week of June was my last shift. And it was a little bittersweet. At first, I had always dreamed of this moment, right? Like you're working at a company that you kind of want to get out of, that doesn't really resonate with you long term. And so there were a little sad moments because there was a lot of friendships that I made, especially not just with the coworkers, but other, my customers as well. Just people that I'd met, because 12 years is a long period of time, right? And that was hard for me because I love people. I love talking to people. I love listening to you guys, hearing stories, communicating. Everything about the human experience is something that I love. And it was hard for me to give that up. And the last day was sad. It was kind of tough saying goodbye to friends, and especially people that I had worked with for a decade, for 10 years. But push comes to shove, it was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. And I am incredibly happy. And so one of the things that I wanted to talk about a little bit on this stream was my experience on what that feels like. When you just feel stuck, you maybe you have a boss you dislike, a job you hate, and you're just like spinning your wheels in the mud. I know what that dread feels like, and it's not fun. But the key here is that when there is an opportunity, like when it does come up, you have to take advantage of that. And I know that that's hard to do because my brain started playing all these tricks on me. It was like, oh, what if you join like a startup company and it fails? Or what if you quit this job that you have a guaranteed paycheck and benefits from, and then, I don't know, maybe you go broke. Maybe you can't afford your bills. Maybe you can't pay your car payment, or maybe you're trying to put food on the table. Like those are all guarantees that are out the window. And it's, like I said, it's incredibly hard to give that up, even though when I knew it was the right decision to make. Let's see. Hell yeah, sometimes we gotta take those risks in life, otherwise we'll never know. Congratulations. Hey, thanks, bro, thanks. Yeah, see, that's the thing too. It's also like, it's like a risk reward thing. And so for the longest time, I also had this belief that, I'm an entrepreneur, fuck the 9 to 5, middle finger to corporate America. Like I had that belief for really long. And the whole idea was that we live such a short period of time and you should do what you love. But also, I've sort of changed my opinion when it comes to the 9 to 5, and that's fine too. It's nothing wrong with working a normal day job as well. There's nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur, having your own business, having an online business, or just working a regular 8 to 4, 7 to 3, Monday to Friday like everyone else. And I think either of those options are fine. It just depends on your situation. So, and yeah, so my journey was a little interesting because there was a wide range of emotions. I thought that I would have been way more happier, because when you think about quitting your day job and doing something that you're passionate about, you're so excited when you think about that thought. But then when the day comes, it's, like I said, it's bittersweet. And it sort of tormented me for a while, and I really doubted myself. I'm like, yo, is this for real the right decision? Like, am I really making the right decision here? But in the end, it's worth it. It's 100% worth it. The happiness that I have now, even though I've been like super busy, I haven't been able to do many live streams. The AMA, I've kind of been MIA, right, for the 4 weeks. But these last 4 weeks of my working career have been incredibly fulfilling, and that is worth more than any pay increase, salary, pension, benefit, whatever. Like whatever monetary value you want to add to that day job. For me, this is my own personal opinion, just waking up and doing some type of work that you love and that you're passionate about is the best thing in the world. It's just, it makes every day like enjoyable. Because no longer are those days like, oh man, it's Monday, I gotta grind it out on the highway in bumper to bumper traffic. And then you have this opinion where it's like, oh, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. And then the weekend comes and you're so excited because you worked 5 days of the week to enjoy a 2-day weekend. Like, trust me, I get all that stuff. Yo, Ken, what's up, Ken? You got this, brother? Hey, appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming by. It's just gonna be a shorter stream today. I'm at my buddy's office right now. And again, this is also related to the job that I'm working. So I haven't really shared too much details about it. So the company I started working for is called Slab Sharks. And the role right now that I'm doing is I'm basically like a social media video podcast producer. And so we started their podcast. So if you search on YouTube for the Slab Sharks podcast, or just search for the Slab Sharks channel, you'll see episode 1, and my dumb ass is on it. So it was kind of like I was brought in to help get things into motion, right? Like I've always preached on this channel, momentum. Just starting something is the hardest thing to do, whether it's going to the gym, getting on a diet, or whatever. That is always the hardest thing, just getting the ball rolling. And so I did that at Slab Sharks. We got the podcast started. So now we're on episode 4, I believe. So yeah, it's up there. Ken, you saw it? Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, you commented on it. Yeah, the boys in the office were like, "Yo, we got guys commenting on the first episode." So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. Also, it has got me into this hobby of card collection. And I mentioned this briefly in a couple of past live streams, but when I was a kid, I really loved Pokemon cards. I used to collect the Pokemon cards from 1999 and early 2000s, with like the Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Charmander, Squirtle, like that whole era, like the original 150. And I got in contact with Slab Sharks because I brought my old Pokemon card collection to them and they sold it for me. So that was like their whole business. And I got really intrigued, and all these really old nostalgic feelings of card collection and trading card games, they all kind of came to the surface, and I got really excited. And this is when their needs as a business really aligned with my skill set. And that's how this partnership came together. Yo, Tennis Chap, what's up, dude? What did you do at FedEx? So in the beginning, I was in customs. So I was in like the customs office. So say, for example, when you ship a package over the border from Canada to US, you need to do customs clearance, right? Like what are you shipping? What does it weigh? Where was it made? How much is it valued at? And someone would have to submit the contents to Canada Customs or US Customs to get that package cleared so it can go through the border. So I started FedEx doing that, just like in an office, doing midnight shift, just doing these like basic computer office work. And then my career slowly progressed. I slowly moved up into like administration and a little bit of payroll. I was doing a lot of that. And then when I needed more flexibility with my family, I dropped down to part-time and became a courier. And that's what I did for the past five or 6 years. So the past 5 or 6 years, I was a driver. And basically, I would just drive around the airport, pick up packages, listen to my music, listen to my podcast. I drove one of those Mercedes Sprinter vans. So I was like driving around the airport, picking up stuff, doing like 5-6 hours a day, and then going home. And so that was like 25-ish hours a week. And that allowed me to put in another 20 to 30 hours into this whole YouTube stuff. So the only reason this whole YouTube channel was possible was because working part-time at FedEx allowed me benefits and decent enough pay, and it freed up my time to pursue this. And I had this belief for the longest time. Work doesn't end at 5. If you work your 9 to 5, if you do your 40 hours, there's still more time in the week to do more. Like, you can push yourself. And so I would put in 25 hours at FedEx, and I put 35 into YouTube. So I'm doing like a 30-hour work week. And eventually, the hours at FedEx kept decreasing, and the hours into YouTube kept increasing. And I hoped one day, the YouTube channel, if I'm being honest, it could have turned into some type of full-time income, whether it was streaming, making videos, podcasting, whatever it was. But it was the skills that I acquired in these past 5 years of learning how to use Adobe, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, After Effects, learning how to do thumbnails, learning how to live stream, cameras, lenses, lighting, like all this type of stuff, right? Like all of this, like camera. See, this the light right there. It's my boys' office right now. There's the boys. We're gonna rip some cards. But yeah, all this like, computer stuff. These are all skills that if I didn't do YouTube, I never would have acquired them. And that's what led me to this new job that I got at the startup. So, cool, bro. Dope, you're taking the leap. I made it 3.5 years ago and income doubled. Keep going. Yo, Tennis Champ, that's sick. Wow, glad to hear. So you know exactly the type of indecisiveness and self-doubt that I'm probably going through. And I knew this was going to happen. Right? I'm very self-aware that when you make a giant change, like quitting your job, there's going to be a ton of like anxiety and self-doubt, right? And so I knew that was coming. but I still struggle with it. So you probably know exactly what that feels like. Joe Jangles got a degree in Japanese. Japanese. Cool setup. Thanks, Ken. I got some water. You guys ripping packs? Oh, we ripping packs over there. You start ripping packs, boys?
No, we're gonna play.
Oh, you're gonna play? Okay.
We're waiting for you.
Okay. Waiting for me? Okay, no worries.
No, I'm famous.
You're famous?
Famous now.
Yeah, man. Say hi to the boys. Yeah, so I'm at my best friend's office right now. He is a full-time content creator, basically the guy who sort of trained me in cameras and everything. So this is his whole studio, and like this whole slab sharks thing that I was talking about. So now all of us, we all have this hobby of cards. So the guys are really into basketball cards. I'm into this whole like Disney Lorcana card game that came out, and so that's sort of like related to what I'm doing now. Proud of you, brother. Appreciate you, Ken. Thanks. Left 135K super intensive merger and acquisition job back in 2021. Now on my own. Yo, that's crazy. See, that must have been even harder. See, because if you had 135K salary, damn, dude. Like my salary at FedEx is like half of that. Less than half of that. Yo, you have to give up 135K? Yo, that's tough. That's tough. But this is also the thing too, it's not just about the money, right? And this is what I've been kind of talking about. This happiness that I have now, this joy. It's so different. Because for the longest time, I just always dreamed of making a full-time income with my camera somehow. Or just speaking, podcasting, streaming, or editing. I don't like just doing something creative. You know what I mean? And now that it's finally here, it's even if I'm making less money, or even if it's not as successful, just the fact that every day you wake up with like this smile, like on your face, you have this like energy, this like internal energy. That's the way that I feel every day now. Whereas before, it'd be like lunchtime, and I know, okay, it's 1:30, I gotta finish lunch, 2 o'clock, I gotta leave for work because the traffic on the highway is gonna be horrible. It's gonna take me 40 minutes to get in. I start my shift at 2:45. I gotta make sure I have 5 minutes to run in and swipe in and sign in for payroll. And there's like that whole anxiety. All of that is gone. And again, even if I'm making less money, just that happiness, it's such an amazing thing to have. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how else to put it into words. It's like everything to me now. And the way that I know this is that no amount of income or salary, if FedEx offered it to me, would allow me to go back. Like it doesn't matter what offer that they would present on the table to me for me to go back to the company. There wouldn't be anything, any role or monetary income that would convince me to give up what I have now. And so that's like, I don't know how else to put this into words. It's something that I've wanted for so long, and it's just nice that it's finally here. Bro, it's a quality of life. No one tells me anything, and now I work when I want and making double. The owner keeps all the money I earned or learned. I know exactly what you mean. The less stress and no boss is, that's a correct word. So the correct word is priceless. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, it's like I'm doing a really bad job at articulating how I feel right now, but it's such a difficult experience to explain. Like the best way that I'm trying to explain this is the feelings that I used to have before, when it's Monday morning and you're like, fuck FML, I hate my life, it's Monday, I have 5 work days ahead of me, or when it's 11 a.m. and you're just like looking at the clock and it's like, oh, it's 45 minutes until my lunch break, or it's half an hour until I get to go home. Like those feelings that you have at a job that you hate, where you're just like looking at the time, and the time feels like it's going by so slow, it's just dragging on. all of those bizarre feelings that I had before, they all dissipated and they're gone. So that's kind of like the best way that I can explain it. Ding03, what's up, Ding? May all your stories be glad ones and your roads be smooth and short. Appreciate the kind words, bro. Yeah, one thing is that hopefully the journey is going to be a tough one. I didn't do this whole startup thing to expect an easy road. If anything, I set my expectations pretty high, that this is going to be a grind and I'm going to have to make sacrifices. And so one of those sacrifices, unfortunately, has been the YouTube channel. So this is why I kind of wanted to explain where I've been, my absence with this whole stuff. And before, this is what was great about the day job. You know, there are some positives. When I worked my shift and I clocked out, I was done. My work never followed me home. I never had any thoughts about packages or labels or anything like that. And I got home and I knew every Thursday night I could do an AMA stream. Every Tuesday night I could also do an AMA stream. And if I had time on the weekends, I could do a third AMA stream. And we had that going for a couple of weeks, and that was awesome. So that was one of the benefits of the day job. And that, you know, if I'm being totally honest, that was great. Having that simple structure where I know, you know, from 9 to 11, I have free time, the kids are in bed, I can hang out with you guys, we can talk shit, talk about whatever, have fun. And that's what the stream was. But now I know, because I'm in this whole startup business thing, I don't have that structure anymore. And I have to be more flexible with my time, with chasing this dream that I'm chasing right now. And so unfortunately, the frequency of the streams is going to suffer. And I'm hoping we can do one live stream every week or maybe every other week. And so that's hopefully the schedule I'm going to try to adhere to moving forward. Yo, Phil Nixon, what's up, bro? Hello, Derek. You only get one life. Live it to the fullest. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, I feel like we all know those words that Phil just wrote, but it's hard to do that as well. At least that's how I felt. Because I've always been, that's a dragon that I've been chasing all these years, since 2019 when I started the channel, right? I've been chasing that mythical dragon of, you know, I only have one life, just do what I love, live it up. You know, why slave away for a job or a company that probably doesn't care about me, right? And so again, even though if you do have that belief, and if you agree with that statement, again, when the opportunity presents itself and you have a chance to go for it, you are going to be met with so much resistance. And it's going to be really hard to take the leap. And this, again, this was my experience, right? And I really want to stress this point through because I've had this belief for the longest time. And I've been pretty consistent with this, you know, find happiness, find fulfillment, find a job or work that you love. It's like the best thing you can do in the world. And that opportunity, when it came up to me, I thought it'd be like that, and I would just jump on it. But even though I know it's exactly what I wanted, I had all these negative thoughts where I'm like, oh, what about this? What about that? Or, you know, what if inflation keeps going up? Or what if interest rates keep going up? Wages are stagnant, and it's hard to get, you know, it's hard to grow a business, or it's hard to get side hustle, freelance money. Like, I had all these crazy doubts. And do whatever you have to do to push those to the side and chase that dream life of yours, because it's just so worth it. So yeah, that's basically the majority of it. And I guess I can go into a little bit about what I guess the skills that I've been using for the. Why does this lid? What does the lid didn't come off? I know, plastic water bottle. My bad. But so yeah, so at the startup company. So I mentioned that I've gained all these skills through YouTube, and then I've been able to use them. So this part is hilarious. So when I started working with these guys, I was in their office, and they mentioned to me that they had a podcast studio. And I was like, okay, you guys have a podcast studio. Like, did you start recording yet? You know, like, have you done episode 1? Have you posted on Spotify or YouTube? Like, where are you hosting it? And they showed me to the studio they had. and they didn't record any episodes yet, but they had the identical Sony A6600 camera that I have on a tripod that I have with those Rode pod mics that I have in my office for my stream. And almost all of the gear that they bought was identical to what I own. And I'm like, yo, am I tripping? Like, there's no way. Like, is this deja vu or something? And it was almost as if it was perfect. And I was like, guys, you're never gonna believe me, but almost every single piece of gear you have in this office, I know how to use all of it. And so again, if I never got into cameras, I never would have bought my Sony. If I never got into streaming, I never would have bought the Rode pod mic or any of that other gear. And it just so happened that they bought almost everything the same that I owned. So it was like the most seamless transition ever. So I came in one day, working in the office. I knew everything. The camera settings, this light, that light, microphone, this settings, and it was almost perfect. And so it's sort of funny how that works out. Can you share who the content creator you're working for? Okay, so the content creator that I'm working for, the company, is just called Slab Sharks. So if you search it on YouTube, it's SLABSHARKS. There's about 450 subscribers. So that's a company I'm working for right now. If you mean the content creator, I think you mean our boy Brian. We can go see, he's right here.
So support means fight quest.
Let's see the boys. Yo, Bay number 3. So they're asking who you are.
Who I am?
Yeah. You're the guys who trained me.
Brian. You trained me, man.
Yo. Yeah, so that's Brian. So if you look up his search on YouTube for Brian Francisco, it's BRYANFRANCISCO. How many subscribers do you have? 114,000. So Brian shoots with Sony. That's why I use a Sony camera. And I've known Brian since, I want to say grade 1. So yeah, so we've been boys since like grade 1 or 2 or something like that, or maybe even kindergarten. And he taught me pretty much everything about cameras, how to edit, how to shoot, all this stuff. Like when I first got into videography and I bought a GoPro, I asked my buddy Brian, what do you recommend? What should I use? What should I shoot with? What lenses are good? And so he basically trained me on the whole hobby, I think in 2017. So that's where this was started a long time ago. Oh, yo, Kev, what's up, Kev? Yo, Derek, what have you been up to? Yeah, I've been MIA, bro. So I quit the day job after 12 years, and I joined a startup as, I guess, like a social media podcast producer. And so this is just like a short live stream kind of describing what's going on, where I'm at. I've been like totally MIA. Like the past 4 weeks, I haven't even like logged on into my account at all. Because before I would go on my phone, right, and I would like go on my analytics, and I'd be refreshing to see if I get any new subscribers or what my views are at per 48 hours. And it's just been, things have been so hectic that I've had like no time for YouTube at all. So that's why I've basically been MIA for 4 weeks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think that wraps it up. Did I leave any other details out? I'm not entirely sure. But in the future, you can expect some more live streams. It won't be like this. This was sort of like a one-off. I'm going to get my office set up again, so I will do the AMA streams, but they won't be as frequent. I'm hoping maybe one every week or one every other week. And then any of the long-form videos, I'm probably going to shoot with this phone, kind of like the one that I posted recently where I titled it Where I've Been. So you might see some unfiltered videos like that where I share some ideas, and then we'll have the live stream hopefully at least twice a month. I think that's the best I can promise for the channel moving forward. And it's also because the live stream is something that I have always loved to do, and it's fun. So it's not something that I want to quit, even though it doesn't make any money, but that's okay. I think I found my true passion after doing YouTube for 1.5 years. YouTube automation is not it. The documentary style isn't it. Congrats, brother. Keep it up. Yo, tennis champ. Appreciate you, bro. Derek turning into Hamza and Filth. Oh, does he still post? I've been totally out of the whole self-improvement space as well, too. So yeah. Have you seen where the Hawk Tua girl went viral? No. What is? No idea. No idea. No idea. Well, anyways, all right, boys. I think that's it for me. Me and the homies back here. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna rip some packs. We're gonna get into this. We got some basketball cards that we're gonna going to open, and I guess you can expect me hopefully back next week. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Kev, tennis champ. Who else was here? Everyone else. Ding. Boy Ken, Joe. Appreciate all you guys. And hopefully I'll have a couple more streams in the future. Have a great night, and I'll see you in the next one.